Hey guys, this is Weekend here from Smite Gaming. I am currently playing in the Smite Pro League and I'm headed to my second LAN event in the next month or so. I am going to be bringing you guys videos to try to help out anyone who's interested in jungling or is trying to jungle right now, anywhere from those people who are just starting to play this game to those people playing casuals moving up to ranked, or even ranked players making their way into the competitive scene. I'm going to go over the optimal pathing, builds, ways to play these gods, and even my thought process in some of these videos. For this first video, I'm going to be going over the starts on both the Chaos side and the Order side of the Conquest map, and I will throw in a little tip type thing for one of the junglers in the current meta at the end of this video that most people don't know about, so maybe that'll help you win a couple of games in ranked or wherever, casuals. But I'm going to go ahead and get started, get right into this video. I'm starting off on the Order side of the map, and here we go, guys. Alright, so as you can see, I've started off with a ward. Pretty standard for me. A lot of people don't do this, but I do this because at the start, I really want to know where the other team is. If I see they're trying to invade our blue, I can go ahead and steal their speed, whatever. But that's basically my reasoning for warding on the Order side of the map. On the Order side of the map. I'm going to start out at mid Harpies. A lot of people start out at the red buff. I don't agree with starting out at the red buff because this allows you to clear at the quickest rate possible. As you can see, we clear these middle Harpies and we move over straight to the blue buff. By doing this, I'm going to go ahead and get to the solo lane very, very quickly. And by getting there as fast as possible, you have more of a chance of clearing and rotating out faster. It doesn't always work out that way, but in the event that you are able to rotate out faster, you do gain an advantage. It's not huge, but early advantages are really important in any form. So as you can see, the other team cleared just about as quickly as we did, but because we have better push, we go ahead and we're out pushing them, not dramatically and not enough for me to rotate out. That's one thing you really need to pay attention to. There's no way I could have made it to the middle lane before the middle lane wave got there. As you can see, it's getting there right now. I would have absolutely missed out on at least 3 creeps, which makes it something you do not want to do. If you even think you're going to lose creeps or gold, do not go for it. Because there's no way I was going to make it, I didn't even attempt to leave the lane. I stayed in the lane, I poked out a little bit, and I went ahead and pushed really, really hard. There was no kill potential here, so I make my way over to the red buff. Always make sure you rotate with a middle laner or your solo laner early, because if you try to clear this stuff by yourself, you're going to fall behind. Your clear is very slow on most junglers without a hog, so I make sure to split my camp here with my solo laner. Splitting camps is the most efficient way for you XP wise, and you also get the same amount of gold because of Bumba's mask, so it's really important you split these camps. As you can see, my middle laner rotates over and helps me with the bat camps here, and doing so, I hit level 4 before the other jungler. It may be a few seconds, 5 to 10 second lead, but that little bit of time adds up slowly. When you clear a camp with somebody, with solo lane, middle lane, whatever, you want to make sure you go and leech back from that same person because it's more efficient. You're going to be getting more XP that way. As you can see, I didn't leech fully from that middle wave, which is something you really don't want to do. I should have tagged the back camp, or the back wave, sorry, the back of that middle lane wave with my 1. And doing so, I would have gotten full XP. But as you can see here, I didn't. I'm not going to hit level 5 at the same pace as the other jungler. But I am in a position to hit level 5 off 1 creep, which is decent. It's not that great. I did kind of get out, not really outplayed, but I misplayed by not clearing the full wave. But like I said, doing so, I have a decent amount of mana. 1 creep away, I hit level 5, and I'm in a position now to kill the other team. I've not used any abilities lately. I have enough mana to do whatever I want, and I end up getting a kill. This, in my opinion, is the optimal way. You want to make sure you're splitting all your camps and just work off that. If you can work off splitting your camps, saving your mana, you're going to be in a position to either fight right before those mid-harpies come up or right about when those mid-harpies come up. And if you can do so, fight and win a fight, you're going to go ahead and get both mid-harpies, which is really huge. So here we're moving over to the Chaos side of the map. I'm starting off with a ward on this side of the map also. It's way, way, way more common for you to get invaded on this side of the map. I'm not really, honestly, I couldn't tell you why. It's definitely more comfortable, and it has to do with the fact that there's only 3 people on this side of the map, and it's because the Chaos side has their mid laner on the opposite side of the map. So it's a little bit more of an advantage. You have a 3v2 if you decide to invade, which is why, but it doesn't always work out. My reasoning for grabbing this ward here is I put it in a position where I can see the other team start that middle lane, or that middle wave, sorry, the middle harpies, and I could also see if they decide to rotate onto me to try to steal my speed, try to invade, or even try to steal the blue, invade the blue. By knowing this, I can decide to start back harpies, I can decide to clear my speed really quickly, or even save my hog for blue. That's really, really important. Like I keep stressing, the early game is key for hitting 5, being at full mana, and being in a position to fight for those mid harpies. If you fall behind, the other team steals a bunch of your jungle, you don't take back something for them wasting their time stealing your jungle, you're going to really be in a bad position. So luckily here, no invades. I know I would have known if they were coming, which is really important, like I said. You're going to move over to the blue buff here, and while moving over to the blue buff, and you don't have someone with a hog on your team in the solo lane, you need to make sure you don't tank the wave or the camp the entire time. If you tank the camp the entire time, you will lose a lot of HP. Even though I split it back and forth here, I did end up getting kind of low. I have a health pot, so I'm not really in a bad position. Just make sure you do that. You trade it back and forth between yourself and the solo laner. Here, we're getting a little outpushed. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to rotate to that middle lane quick enough to get the wave. I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe and wait for the next wave. With that in mind, I know they outpushed us on that first wave really hard, so I kind of assume I'm going to get outpushed here again. But with that being said, I look for a poke, just so in case we do clear the same speed as them, or I do rotate with them, they're a little bit lower health than me, which is really, really important later on. And because I poked, it did lead to them backing off and letting us get the lane advantage and clear faster than them. It wasn't quite fast enough for me to make it to the middle wave. As you can see again, the Agni has the other lane pushed up really, really far and really hard, and I would have been guaranteed to miss out on XP or wave or gold, whatever. I would have been able to miss out on it, which isn't something you want to do. So I decided to rotate right back over to my solo lane and get full XP. I can't stress it enough, do not miss out on XP. It adds up, and it's really, really bad to be behind when those mid harpies come up. Luckily, because I rotated so late here, the other team's middle lane is playing really aggressive, and I'm in a position to rotate, see, full health, full mana, to fight and kill him. He did kind of he misplayed there, which is fine by me. It's not really common, but it did lead to me getting a kill because I was in the position I was in by getting full XP, hitting level 4 early, and putting out max damage. Now I'm going to go ahead and rotate over to the speed. When you have Chaos Side start of the map and you get an early lead in some way or an early rotation on their jungler, make sure you look to steal this. You need to be really, really careful about the duo lane rotating to you, so make sure you're in communication with your duo lane asking, where's the support, where's the hunter, where are they going? And in the event that they don't rotate to you and your hog should be up by then, you can steal that speed. As you can see, I got a free speed buff, and it was really, really important in that game. It really hinders the other jungler not having speed buff, not having the XP, not having the gold. Alright, I'm going to get into the last match I have, last start for this video. I am playing Arachne, and it's key to do it on this god, and this is one of the only gods in the game that can do this. You see me drop one of my spiderlings, my third ability, at the back harpies. I'm going to drop 2 of them there. That's the max you can have. And by doing this, I'm going to allow my ADC, who is currently a Freya, to clear this back camp solo. I do get XP, I do help him kill it with my spiders, and I do get gold for it. But he's able to do it at the same time that my support is going to be able to rotate in and steal the mid harpies from the other team. By doing this, you're putting your hunter ahead, you're putting your support ahead, you're putting your middle laner ahead, and you yourself as a jungler are getting really far ahead. You need to make sure that because you have those 2 spiderlings down, you do not drop any more until he's done clearing that back camp. If you are to drop another one, it will kill the spiders, and he will not be able to solo the buff by himself, solo the camp by himself. That's really, really important. So because of that, I'd make sure to just not use any of my abilities, just auto-attacking my way on this first camp and go ahead and get myself a lead based on that. You'll see that it's actually a lot of XP difference. My support right now is stealing those mid harpies, and he will almost be level 2 off stealing those. And you will see right now, I did the mid harpies and I'm about a little over halfway, and then I almost jump up all the way to level 2 because my spiderlings helped on that back camp. It's crazy how much XP you get from this. I'm already level 2 going into the lane. You can see the other team is all level 1s, every single one of them. So right there you have a 30-second lead, and more like 15. You have that lead on XP, on gold, and that's going to carry over really hard into pushing the lane or out clearing them or whatever. As you can see, we even cleared harder than them, so I decided the last hit made them miss two creeps of XP and gold. This is really important. This is just something you want to think of on Arachne. It might not be right for your team. You need your support to be confident in stealing those middle harpies. But in the event you're in a ranked game, a casual game, whatever, and you and your friends want to try this, or you just have players that you know are capable of doing this, it's something you really want to try, because the early lead every lane gets from this should honestly lead into an automatic win for you, in my opinion. You should be able to play really aggressive throughout the whole early game, and it is important doing this. It will lead to mid harpies, it will lead to early kills, and it can be game changing. So I hope you guys got some tips, some helpful thoughts or whatever from these videos. I really hope you guys can try some of these things out, or maybe you didn't know about these things and now you can go ahead and implement them into your gameplay. And I hope to get some feedback from these videos. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see more. Just anything you can say. If you think they suck, go ahead and tell me, and I won't keep putting them out. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. This is Weekend from Snipe Gaming again, and I'll see you guys later.